Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we are back in the space map because we're gonna make a multi-part orbital cannon. Now, if this sounds familiar, that's because last video what we did was we actually made the rockets for this cannon. As you can see, these three rockets right here. And this time we're gonna program all the logic. So if you haven't seen that video, I would go recommend checking it out, but maybe check it out after this one, because, I mean, that video was all building, this video is gonna be all logic. So you're not really missing much. So how exactly would we do this, you wonder? Well, basically, we're going to first need all of these to detach and stuff on the right time, which I've done. Then we're going to need RCS for each thing. We're going to need it to basically auto-stabilize and stop it from drifting around in space everywhere for each of the payloads. Then we need some way to communicate between a coordinate sender on the ground and all of the payloads so that they can coordinate with each other and they can all go to the same coordinates. And then we just need it all to like magnet or something together and then fire. That should be the entire thing. I'm going to skip over the boring thrusters part, but basically we added some thrusters for each axis basically, and now we just gotta add speed sensors, and then we can hopefully skip over to the fun logic part. Okay, then I should have all the RCS set up for this, so why don't we just test it in atmosphere? So let's attach and activate. Alright, RCS, do your thing. It should just stay floating here. Perfect! Now we might want to add one gyro just to stop from spinning. That might be a good idea. But seems good otherwise. Great, now let's do this for the other two quickly, and then we can start programming the actual coordination and attachment and stuff. Okay then, that took a little bit, but I have RCS set up on all three things. And it looks pretty cool, to be honest. But now that they all float here, we're still in atmosphere, but I want this to at least be able to stay up even in atmosphere. Because I'm not sure how high I want the actual, like, orbital cannon set up at. So, yeah. This should be good now. I have magnets on the middle module right here that I'll have activate, and then I just need all of these to get to the right location by themselves. Okay, so my initial idea was, what if I use a compass to orient this in the right direction it needs to go to get to the desired location? But instead of doing that, what if we use a compass to stabilize this in, like, one direction? Like, let's say we want this face of the thing to always face north, for example. If we do that with a compass, then that way we don't need to worry about any other stabilization and stuff. If we know that the longitude and latitude point in like that direction, then it's just gonna go north and east. So we're gonna put this compass right here, and we're gonna keep the direction 0 with 360, set it on normalized, and hopefully that should just do what we want, and send that into a gyro basically. Alright, let's check if this works. Other than us tipping over, which I don't know why that's happening, I think it works. Alright, my only concern right now is it's a little wobbly. Maybe we add one more gyro to that just for dampening purposes. It's pointing the right direction though, I think. I actually don't know which way. It's north here on this map. It's probably north right there. Or that. Or that, to be honest. That's probably north. That seems to be good. Alright, let's add this to every other one, and I'll get back to you after that. Alright then, we're done with all the boring stuff. We got RCS done, we got it to face the right direction, all the rockets. Now the complicated stuff. So, how do we do this? A few things we need to do. Firstly, we need to make sure that all three stages, like this is the top stage, we need the middle and bottom stage to all be at a reasonable height, basically. It's like this one has to be higher up than the other two when it detaches. I think we can just like mess with the detachment process and sensors to make it do that by itself. And then once we do that, then we're gonna need some position sensors on all three segments. And Then we just gotta tune it to do the right things to get to the right spot. Okay. So first things first, let's do the position sensor stuff. We can tune the height later. Okay, ignore the sidetracking, but we're here now. Now, this is not important. Basically, all I need from this is some way to send a signal. Actually, I shouldn't have even bothered to make this, because I might not even use it now that I think about it. It's fine. Send signal. Yes, I need to do that. This is going to be our launch button. We'll set it at channel 0, I guess. Sure. Non-player. That's just going to have a control. Like, let's say left click. That works. Great. Then we're going to make a tiny drone on the side, and that's going to be our coordinate sender. That'll work. Okay, I was really worried there for a second because let me show you what I mean. So if you look at the sensor here, you can see that the latitude sensor says maximum. Now that's a problem because how is it supposed to detect, how is it supposed to do all the stuff if it says maximum? But luckily that's not a problem. If you send the signal, which I just did, and send it into a number display, it's not maximum, it's at 8.33. So yeah, no, it's fine. I was really worried this entire two-part video thing is gonna fail. Anyways, we should be good. So, let's try out the drone. So we can go in the drone, go wherever we want, and wherever the drone lands, that's our target point. That's where the whole space cannon strike will happen. So if I land here, for example, let's just land somewhere. Like here, if we can get down. So I land here, for example. Then that's our location for the strike. It works. Amazing. I mean, this should work. This is pretty simplistic, but yeah. Each of the cannon rockets, we're going to fit them with well, 2 position sensors, one for each axis, obviously. I hope we have space in this one. We might just barely have space. This one's going to be a tight fit. So let me explain what we're doing here. Firstly, we're going to have to fit a not an altitude sensor, X and Y, longitude, latitude sensor, 2 position sensors basically, in here. They're going to check the rocket's current position. Then we're going to need 2 receivers, which will check the position we need to be at, and then we're just going to have a bit of logic to delegate what thrusters to activate when to get to that position. It's like the missile logic, but without having to worry about turning and all that, so it's a lot simpler. A lot simpler. Time for some aggregate blocks. Love them. They're our favorite. It's not connected. There we go. Aggregate blocks are the best. And we just gotta do subtraction, basically. That'll give us a subtracted output. Then we gotta delegate the thrusters accordingly. Which means I should just be able to send this output number into the thrusters. I mean, technically I should modulate it, I know. But like, who cares? So, now the only problem I'm worried about is the RCS is going to act up, which means when this activates, we're going to need to mute the RCS sensors in the respective axes. So basically, this is going to be our latitude block. That means we need to figure out which way this rocket points north. Okay, you are going to be colored green. Point north. You are not pointing north. Okay. That's all the information I need. That's north. That's south. Cool. That's north. Okay. So what we're doing here is we have 2 comparison gates. One is checks if the signal is above 0. One checks if it's below 0. And accordingly triggers the right thrusters. It should automatically go to the location where my drone has been parked. So that's right. Go, my tiny cannon part. You're so slow. It's getting faster. Which means it's gonna take just as much time to slow down on the other end. Once it gets past it, it's gonna be so much oscillation. Okay. it works, but I'm really worried now because it went to the right spot, did everything perfectly. So since I don't know what to do with this, I'm just going to move on to the other two rockets adding the same system, and we'll just see how well it works. I am so tired at this point. It's taking so long, and there's so many things to worry about. But basically, the system where it goes to where it should be going is done for all three rockets, plus everything's speed limited to 10 kilometers an hour because oscillations and stuff. We have all three rockets spawned in. Now I'm gonna spawn in my whole drone targeting system thing, and I should be able to press one button and they'll all launch. Yeah, they should. I'm just remembering if I did it on the third rocket or not. It's been a while. I'm forgetting things at this point. I did add the system to all three. So let's say I drop my drone off somewhere around here. Not very far away, because I don't want to wait too long. And let's not destroy our drone. That will suffice. Now I should be able to press left click and they'll all launch into space and do their thing. Chances of this working are about 20%. Like, they'll launch all fine, but the chances of them actually doing the right thing in space are 20%. That looks very pretty. So, there's that. Let's follow along with a cinematic camera. That rocket detaches. That detaches. Fairings, more stuff. That detached. That detached. That detached. All the pieces have been detached. And currently they're in the exact wrong order. That part should be at the bottom, and that part should be at the top. But that's fine. And they should all start making their way to the target. But I've only pressed left click once. I toggled on the system. I didn't do anything else. This is all automatic. Detachment, launching, going to position, everything's automatic. That one doesn't seem to have reached the target yet. The other two have. Yeah, so now you can see those two are oscillating. That one's still getting there. Now, is this accurate enough that, like, if this module went down, would it hit that module? Like if it started shooting, for example. Who knows? I'm leaning towards no. Just judging by this. Time to program the stuff to detach at the right spot and then come together. Of course, this recording has been going for basically 2 hours again. I spent 2 hours yesterday recording, spent 2 hours today recording, and now I need a break. I could spend more, but this is slightly, like, mentally exhausting. It's been 2 hours. And I kind of want a break. Everything should be fine. I'll come back to this tomorrow. See you then. Basically what we need to do is... Sorry, I can't talk and... We've been through this. I can't talk and build at the same time. The other thing we need to add are sensors. Why? Because... we need to see when our part 2 of the whole system is above us, and then accordingly move up. So what the sensors are going to do is, yeah, just check if there's the part 2 above us. How do we do that? I'm gonna grab these. Honestly, just grabbing one. Doesn't matter. Good enough. Actually, maybe I should move this aggregate down here and move the sensor to center. That's probably a better idea. Great. So when the sensor detects something above it, let's just set it to, like, whatever. Maybe not 1000, like 200. It doesn't matter. When it detects whatever, it's going to just trigger the upwards thrust and disable the vertical speed limiter. But we also don't want it to crash into the other spaceship at like 500 kilometers an hour. So that should also be something. For now, I'm going to assume that it all works, because the easiest way to test this is just launch all the rockets and do a proper test. And therefore, we should start doing the same system with this, but on the bottom. Because, you know, we have to go down. Perfect, and this should also be good. Let's launch everything and see if it connects, which is 100% not gonna work. Calling it right now. There's so many things that could go wrong here, that this is not gonna work. But still, let's try it and see how many things go wrong. Make your predictions below in the comments. How many things will go wrong? Oh, I should also probably have the magnets active on this one. Cannons, ideally, should all go to the right spot above this drone and connect with each other. Ideally. There's a lot of things that go wrong. My main concern right now is they're just not going to be able to see each other, because they're just going to be isolated, like oscillating back and forth. Let's just launch. Go, my rockets. Where's rocket 2? Oop. Where'd rocket 2 go? Hello? Rocket 2? Yeah, you go. Go rocket 2. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It's fine. If there's 2 rocket 2 modules up there in space, we'll know what happened. Oh, that's rocket 2. Okay, we already had a rocket 2 up there. We have 2 of them now. That might actually be a problem. And rocket 1 is still too high. Great, I think I forgot to adjust rocket 3 as well. And this rocket 2 is currently attached to its own rocket. Alright, stuff to fix. Rocket 2, don't launch it twice. Somehow, I don't know, was it invisible or some glitch? I didn't see it launch. But we apparently launched 2 of them. Otherwise I think you're fine actually, rocket 2. So you can stay. Rocket 3 needs to detach higher up. And rocket 1 needs to detach lower. This will do. And launch. This is so pretty. Every time. It doesn't get old. There's rocket 2 attached to its own thing. Is 10 seconds not enough? Okay, 10 seconds is not enough for rocket 2. But it's the position right. That's there. Rocket 1 is just below it. And where's rocket... oh, part 3. Where is part 3? You're still way too low. What do you want me to do here? Like, detach after a delay? Okay, let's fix that. We are still not done. Everything's at the right height. I think this one might be a little high. I just gave the, what do you call it? Detachable blocks a 1 second delay from where the trigger is. I think we can make it slightly less than that, but still seems good so far. I'll just see it if it drips over to the right target, and if it does the fun attaching stuff. I was hoping it just... oh yeah, no, it's working. It's slowly working. Okay. It's slowly going up. It's taking its time. Sensors on the top are also doing their job. Slowly. Is it working though? Is it going down? It is going down. Quite slowly. Maybe we can set the speed limiter a little higher than 10. Oh, okay, wait, attachment, and it missed. No, it's still doable. Come on. No. You're so close. No, where are you going? No, now it sees the top thing. No. No, you're not supposed to do that. Look at these 2 are attached now. I mean, okay. It attached itself, not to the right thing. It's supposed to attach to these ones so it doesn't explode. The solar panels are slightly in the way, because the bottom part was detecting the solar panels and moving closer because of that. Which we don't want it to, because it will just collide with the solar panels as it did right now and then just go past it. Another thing, we can reduce the sensor distance like 50 meters, honestly. Might be a better idea so the bottom one doesn't see the top thing. At least until they get close. I like that idea. I don't know what else. It works. Like, it actually worked perfectly. I just pressed launch and did everything. And you just saw that. I'm probably gonna time lapse that because that took forever, but it did it. I know the bottom part's not lined up. I don't care. Because it worked. And yeah, it's attached. I launched 3 different rockets, and they all came to the right spot above our target, and all attached to each other. Automatically. This is really amazing. And honestly, at this point, all I need to do is maybe some aesthetics. Maybe we should make that not green anymore. I use that for figuring out which direction switch. And actually make it shoot. And we might actually be done. We have a target marked right here. That's our enemy castle. And we have to destroy all the gold inside. And yeah. We have to destroy all the gold inside. Just trust the process. Right on top of the gold. Pretty much. Alright, ready? Let's launch the rockets. Rocket 1's right there. Rocket 2 is right there. Rocket 3 is right there. Just follow them into space. We have detachment of boosters and complete detachment of Rocket 1. Rocket 2 is detached. Rocket 3, sorry. Rocket 2 should be also detached at this point, actually. It'll just take a little bit to slow down, and all the positions should be ready. That rocket's gonna go back down and land itself, and we have all 3 components. They've all been speed limited to half their speed when they're translating towards the target. Rocket 2 has activated magnets, and now we wait for them to get there. These will be limited to 5 kilometers an hour because less oscillations, hopefully. While we're waiting, why don't we watch that rocket go back down? I didn't program some complicated landing sequence. I just, if it's like within like 200 meters or so from the ground, then and it's going faster than 50 kilometers an hour, it will activate the thrusters to slow down. That's all it is. For this rocket and part 1's middle rocket. Something fancy. But it looks cool at least, and it lands. Part 1's rocket landed right there. Simple. Don't tip over. Good. Alright, let's see where these things are at. I see the magnet of part 2. That actually makes it quite easy to spot. There's part 3 on the right, and part 1 right there. Is part 3 at the location already? Yep, it seems that part 3 is already at the location, and oscillations are way better than before, so that's looking great. Let's make sure part 1 and part 2 also seem to be good. Yep. One benefit is, despite it taking long to get there, the oscillations being lower will mean that, yes, it'll increase the likelihood of every part actually combining properly, but it'll also mean that the cannon will be more accurate, which is obviously a positive. We want accurate cannons. We want to hit the target. The target is that block in the middle. I'll probably highlight it while editing. But yeah, seems good. Part 2 and part 1 are just about there almost. This is so slow. I need water. I've been talking for way too long. Okay, looks like it's all getting close. Part 1 and part 2 are almost there. They're like almost right beside each other in line. Alright, part 3 is descending pretty fast. Maybe I shouldn't have kept it at like 20 kilometers an hour. That might be a little fast, but seem to be good for now. A little bit of shakiness and diagonal attachment, but I think everything should be good. Part 1 is doing its own thing. It'll get there eventually, hopefully. Okay, yep, it sees it. It's going up. Very fast. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay. We're good, we're good. Everything's attached. Okay, this is it. This is it. It should fire soon. After 15 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds was a little long, but it's fine. Fire! Will the cannon despawn before it gets to the ground? I didn't think about that one. It'd be really funny if the projectiles didn't make it to the ground. Alright, your aim's a little off. Yeah, your aim is a tiny bit off. We're getting there. Almost there. Almost there. You can do this. Cannons just hit the ground there, I think. No, that's just blasters. I think cannons will despawn before it hits the ground. I didn't think about that. Come on, you're so close. Yep, we have damage! We did it! From space! Good enough! Good enough, I guess. Sure. This is Command to Strike Control. Do you copy? Loud and clear. Bunker location has been confirmed. Coordinates sent. Launch the cannon. Affirmative. Launching now. Cannon assembling now. Will fire momentarily. Target destroyed. We did it! We made a space cannon that assembles itself in space automatically. Ooh, we broke something. And automatically fires down at the target. Now, if you want to see this uploaded to the workshop, I mean, I'll probably upload it to the workshop, to be honest. It's not the most consistent system, but it works. I'll put the full parts of the workshop, and I'll probably tweak this a little bit when I upload it to make it actually work better. Like, you know, maybe don't use cannons because they don't reach the ground. But that's it for today's video. If you want to see the slightly tweaked and upgraded version when I finally upload to the workshop, then I don't know, go check it out when I upload it, I guess. Go download the blueprint from the workshop. It's not going to be much of a change. This is the final version, pretty much. I hope you like it. If you don't like it, then too bad. Why are you still watching? Also, I found out that if you comment, it matters a lot more to YouTube and the algorithm than if you just like the video or stuff. So please comment on stuff that you thought was interesting, or just comment something. If you made it to the end of the video, then comment cannons are useless. Yes, comment cannons are useless. They'll let me know that you are a true watcher of Radon, I guess. And that all of my suffering of the past week or two has been worth it. Yes. But that's it for today's video. I will see you in the next one. Please subscribe. Please comment something. And we broke more stuff. Yeah, see ya. We're destroying their gold slowly. Yeah, like we got a couple of pieces. It's worth it. It's working. Bye.